Kia ora whanau, you're here with me, the maoriwargamer. Today we're playing a Warhammer 40k battle report. Chur. Alright, so welcome whanau to mission 2 of the Dark Angel Deathwing campaign, The Hunt. We'll be playing a mission from chapter approved 2017, Desperate Assault. Stronghold assault mission, planet strike mission. So what's happened? The battles are ongoing as the Dark Angels search for the fallen. The Lord of Contagion has retreated from the battlefield and has holed himself up inside this stronghold here, manned by the Plague Marines and all the insidious vehicles of the Death Guard, the Hollow Swarm. So the Ravenwing have zipped in, looking to set up a, looking to advance on the field, ready to call in the Deathwing at a moment's notice. The Grand Master of the Deathwing, Belial himself, has arrived on this planet. That is how important the mission is. And so he will be dropping in with the first company of the Dark Angels, the Deathwing, to seize the stronghold and capture the Lord of Contagion. So we see we've got 4 objective markers placed on the map here, and one in my deployment zone. So we get 3 victory points at the end of the game for each victory, each objective that you hold, as well as getting Slay the Warlord. So my Warlord being Belial and his Warlord being the Lord of Contagion. So yeah, that's the battle for today. Just throwing my men at the lines. The Dark Angels looking to take the Hollow Swarm and find the information on the fallen. We'll go into turn 1. I'm getting turn 1 there. The Dark Angels get turn 1 as the attackers. And but before we do that, take a look at the armies that we'll be playing with today. Leading the Dark Angels today, we have an Outrider detachment led by Belial with a Stormbolter and a Heavenfell Blade. 2 Deathwing Terminator squads. 1 squad with a Sergeant with a Stormbolter and Power Sword, an Assault Cannon and Chain Fist and Power Fists, and the other squad here with a Cyclone Missile Launcher, again Sergeant with Power Sword and Stormbolter and a Chain Fist as well as Power Fists. 3-man Ravenwing squad with a Plasma Gun and a Sergeant with a Chain Sword, a Ravenwing attack bike with a multi-mounter and the Twin Bolt Gun, and a Ravenwing Land Speeder with Cyclone Missile Launcher and a Heavy Bolter. And leading the Death Guard, we have a patrol detachment led by a Lord of Contagion with a Man Reaper or a Plague Reaper. 2 5-man Plague Marine squads. 1 squad with a Plasma Gun and Power Fist Champion, and the other squad with a Blight Launcher and a Power Fist Champion. A 5-man Blightlord Terminator squad with a Plague Spewer or Plague Spitter, something like that. Combi Mounter, Combi Plasma, Combi Bolters, Bale Swords and Bubotic Axes. And a Fetid Blow Drone with 2 Plague Spitters, and a Mythic Blight Hauler with Missile Launchers, Multi-Melter and the Chewy Lawnmower Mouth. Alright whanau, so before we go into turn 1 with the Dark Angels, we've got some Firestorm attacks to put off. So yeah, the battle fleet of the Dark Angels up in orbit, gonna fire down some heavy shots. So we've got objective markers here, numbered 1 to 6, all over the place. My opponent has used 2 command points to redirect one of these ones that would have hit these 2. So very wise, a lot of wisdom. So we're just going to see this. We're just going to roll them all at the same time. If any of the dice comes up with the numbers, That corresponds to D6 mortal wounds. Unless it's infantry, they can go to ground. So let's see the damage. We'll come back to you. Alright, so the results of those firestorm attacks, we've got a hit on the bloat drone, a hit on these marines and these marines here. So the two marines, infantry units, they get to go to ground. That means that they suffer only D3 mortal wounds and they can't do anything in the first attack. So for this one here, D3 mortal wounds. Oh, one. That's one dead, or do they have 2 wounds each? These marines here, 2.
That's 1 down there.
That's 2 there. And for the bloat drone, 6. Alright, so end of movement phase for the Dark Angels on turn 1 after the devastating firestorm attacks. Made some simple rule modifications here, so they've gone to ground. They're not going to suffer any penalties for that, because otherwise they're just going to get blown off the field. Look at all that's on the table. Don't want it to be... We were aiming for quick games, but not that quick a game there, Fano. We've got Magai still here, and we've got the bikers rocketing forward to capture this objective here. We'll see how they go. They're going to unleash some fire first. Whittle down these Hollow Swarm Death Guard Marines. So just got these six twin bolt guns into the Plague Marines here. 6 attacks, hitting on 3s. And then winning on 5. 2 wounds, no AP. 2 up saves. Safe. Alright, so the Ravenwing land speeder, we're going to do 3 shots with heavy bolter, strength 5, into the Marines here. So 3 shots on 3s, 3 hits, and that's equals, so 4s. Oh, 1. AP -1, so that's a 3 up save. Oh, does 6 up, 5 or 6 disgustingly resilient. Oh. And we're going to fire in a crack missile from the 2 crack missiles from the Typhoon missile launcher. So 2 shots, hitting on 3s, 2 hits, and that is strength 8 to the bloat drone's toughness. So greater than, so 3s. Yep. 1 hit, 1 wound, and that is AP -2. 5 up.
No. That's
Disgustingly resilient.
yeah.
No.
How much damage?
D6 damage. So it's 4 wounds remaining. I'm gonna command point that. Come on, baby. 4. Ah, still 2. He's got 2 left. He's still alive. Ready to detonate. And that will be the end of the Dark Angels turn 1 until we wait for the Deathwing reinforcements. Although, I've got to say, the Firestorm attacks have done wonders. That is almost dead. Took out 2 Marines. Yeah, we'll see how they retaliate the Hollow Swarm in turn Death Guard turn 1. Alright, so end of Death Guard movement phase on turn 1. We've got the Blightlord rocketing forward, targeting the poor land speeder. We've got this bloat drone here, very weakened on 2 wounds remaining, and he's ready to perhaps... it's a nice way to say suicide bomb. Yeah, that's it. That's better than my other reference I made. So he's ready to detonate into them. No, you know, in a gaming way, in a safe sense, ready to sacrifice. No, that's it. Sacrifice himself for his beliefs, and he'll get to go up into heaven with 100 bloat drones. And then we've had the Blightlord terminators deep striking from the teleportarium. ready to, don't know who their target is, but they're ready to do something. And yeah, the rest of these Marine states still, Lord of Contagion still cowering. He might be sitting in there somewhere. But yeah, we'll see what happens now in the shooting phase. Death Guard. So combi bolters from the Blightlords into the land speeder here. With these guys here, must offer apologies there, viewers, for the paint jobs not yet completed. I only just picked them up a couple of days ago. So not too bad for 2 days of painting. I managed to get 3 about 80%, maybe 70% completed. These guys here. This one's got a lot of work to do, these two. But yeah, that's my philosophy on the channel. You know, we'd never want to see unpainted grey plastic models. We always aim to get this. Yeah, we've got these ones based and base colours on, so we'll have them more finished by the final battle report, you can guarantee. But we'll see how they're going to do. 6, what is that? 4, 12.
12?
Yeah, 12 shots. 12 shots in, heading on 3s. We'll come back to you. The wound. 3. And that's 3 up saves. Oh, made them all for the lion. Yeah. Mr. Mythetic Blight Hauler. Who comes up with these names, eh? Anyway, he's missed his crack missile shots, and now he's going to fire his multi-melter 1 shot. Oh! Did Dark Angels win the first game?
Yes.
Was it a confident victory? I don't really remember it.
Yeah.
Oh damn! This is going to be a Dark Angels victory. I can already feel it. Put your money down. Money down for a Dark Angels victory. The big boss, Big Daddy himself, Belial, the king amongst men, hasn't even entered the battlefield. And look, we're going. We're rolling. Who's left? Who's these guys? Everyone's taking their shots.
Everyone's taking their shots.
Maybe these guys can hit. We'll see. Come back to you. Alright, so end of the shooting phase for the Death Guard, the Hollow Swarm. Yeah, this guy, land speeder, saves for days. He is protected, son of the lion, as he is. First Legion. These guys did nothing. Everyone actually did absolutely nothing to like the 4 units that I've got on the board. The supercharged plasma got lucky and killed one guy, but yeah, now we've got the enemy commander. He's lost his wits, some might say, and he's going to try and charge the bikes. So we're going to rapid fire plasma white, bolt guns green, hitting on 6s. Oh, nothing. 10-inch charge. Roll it. 9-inch. Oh, we made it. Oh my gosh. Alright, we'll see what happens. Alright, bloke drone as well. He's been inspired by his Plague Marine mates. He's going to charge in. We've got 3 bolt gun shots in the black Ravenwing dice for the crack missile shots. So 6s. Oh, 1 6 there. No, that's just a regular bolt gun shot. So strength 4 versus toughness.
7.
So 5. Nothing. Sad. And that'd be like a 4-inch charge. That makes it. Right, so fight phase. 3 attacks from the Plague Marines hitting on 3s. And strength 4.
5.
Strength 5.
Oh, 4. Mine.
Toughness of the Ravenwing bike is 5s. So that is winning on 5s. 1 wound, 1 3 up save. 1 3 up black dice Ravenwing save. Oh, easy. Alright, so end of Death Guard, turn 1. Well, got a turn done in almost 45 minutes. Great, we're making progress, we're speeding up time. Yeah, like I said, I summarised in the shooting phase, nothing happened. In this assault phase, nothing happens as well. So, turn 2 Dark Angels, see the arrival of the Deathwing to finish off these mega forces. Stay tuned. Alright, so Dark Angels turn 2. We're going to roll for these reserves as per the Planet Strike mission rules. So coming in on 3s. Belial using the Deathwing dice. Need a flat surface actually. Smooth it crazy. There we go. Belial. In. Sergeant with the missile launcher. In. And Sergeant Belial. Oh, we'll save him. I was gonna use a command point, but I'm gonna save him as an emergency to come catch a objective. Yeah. Final end of movement phase for the Dark Angels on turn 2. Attack bike snuck out of his hidden hiding spot. No one could see him there. He just snuck out so he can fire that multi-melter into those Blightlords. Hopefully rip out one of them. These guys still locked in combat. Combat here, the the land speeder fell back and moved over to secure this objective and rained some fire into that soft pink flesh of the bloke drone who's on his last legs. Belial and his Deathwing squad have landed in here, ready to enact some murder. Some murder on the dance floor. So we're going to go see that, and actually we'll come back to you because we're going to play a special stratagem. Find out what it is. Alright, finally, so 2 command points, I'm down to 1 more remaining. Deathwing Assault we'll be using now. With the mighty Deathwing arriving in. With perfect timing, the Deathwing have learned to begin their sweeping fire patterns even before their arrival from teleportation. So they've zapped in onto the battlefield, and we're going to fire in immediately to make our shooting attacks. Then we go into our shooting phase. So I'm going to carve up some enemies. It's going to be a little beauty. Mwah. Stay tuned. We're going to find out what happens. Alright, yeah baby, we got the Deathwing Assault coming in. 2 command points. I'll just explain what it does. We've got 20 Stormbolter shots into these 3 Plague Marines. Can they stand up against it? We've got Belial here to reroll once. Woo! It's going to be a cheese grater. Here we go. 20 shots. Oh, plenty of ones for rerolling. Alright, fine. Here he is in his glory, and I must apologise as well. I only picked him up same night I picked up the Blightlord terminators, so he's still got some painting work to go. I found it quite tricky. That's my first Finecast model. I don't really like them. But yeah, he doesn't only re-roll once, he re-rolls all failed hit rolls. So, oh man, this is going to be a beauty. I'm going to come back. Alright, so that's that stratagem. What a beautiful stratagem. Now we'll go into the actual shooting phase for the Dark Angels on turn 2 to repeat that beauty all over again. Alright, so end of the shooting phase for the Dark Angels. These guys in combat. This guy shot and missed. What a loser. This guy shot and missed. Again, disappointing. These guys, stars of the show. Overwhelming firepower. Took out a wound on the Blight Hauler. In fact, they're actually going to go in for a 9-inch charge onto the Blight Hauler, both Belial and the Deathwing, so we'll come and see that. Alright, so that is now the end of Dark Angels turn 2. The Belial dealt only 1 mega wound to the Blight Hauler, but he has tied it up so it can't shoot its multi-melter or rocket launchers in the next turn. So that's good. We've tied up a... Oh, we've got another fight going on actually. We'll come back, we'll do that off screen. Yeah, at this point, I'm the only one holding objectives. Still got yet to see the arrival of the Lord of Contagion. We might step onto the field to combat Belial, we'll see what happens. But yeah, we're going in now to Death Guard, turn 2. End of Death Guard, Hollow Swarm on turn 2, movement phase on turn 2. Stayed in combat. Bloke drone is hovering over on his last legs, trying to find a nice place to die. These guys are staying in their crater. These guys in combat still. It's going to be an eternal combat, except that the Lord of Contagion has now arrived on the battlefield, and he's probably looking to cut up, finish off this combat here swiftly with his mighty axe. Yeah, I'm going to see some blood on the field. Not a lot of shooting, but we'll come back to you with the shooting phase for the Hollow Swarm on turn 2. So end of movement shooting phase for the Death Guard, turn 2. Took off 1 wound off the attack bike, and that's all that happened. Yeah, I can predict the future. I don't need to be a librarian to predict the future, but yeah, I can see how this conflict is going to end out. Of course, you wouldn't expect any different result with the mighty Deathwing and Ravenwing, the 1st and 2nd companies of the Dark Angels deployed. But bravely, we're going to see the Lord of Contagion attempt to charge in, a 9-inch charge into the bikes, and he gets a 6. Sorry about it. Alright, end of that turn. End of movement phase, Dark Angels on turn 3. Deathwing are moving forward. Oh wait, I've got another Deathwing squad to teleport in. Good thing I'm summarising. This guy stayed still so he doesn't get the -1 penalty. He stayed still for the -1 penalty. And we're going to come back and roll to see if the Deathwing, my last squad, arrives. Right, end of shooting phase for the Dark Angels on turn 2. Deathwing ended up taking down the bloat drone, but not without it detonating. Bursting pus and blood all over the land speeder, taking it down 1 wound. The land speeder ended up taking out 1 of the Blightlord terminators. This guy here still hasn't proven himself. Very useless. We're going to go into the combats though, and the Deathwing are going to charge in on this one here first. Alright, so end of Dark Angels on turn 3. Yeah, still not a lot of changes. Just things are a lot of dragging on at the moment. But yeah, we'll see what happens. No more reserve units left for the for the Death Guard. We've got 4 Terminators, 2 Plague Marines, 1 wound, my 3rd Blight Hauler, and the Lord of Contagion still hiding here. Compared with pretty much all my force is at almost full strength, and we've got 5 Terminators still to deep strike in. So almost at the end there, Fano. Thanks for tuning in. Hope you're enjoying this battle so far. Alright, so that's the end of the movement phase for the Death Guard, the Hollow Swarm. My own custom Death Guard Chapter or Legend, whatever you want to call it. Just a quick bit of background there, bit of fluff for you narrative lovers there. They've marked their shoulder pads red as they are in alliance with the Crimson Slaughter, my other Chaos Army, which you've seen on the channel previously. So they've allied themselves with Crown the Relentless, suffering heavy defeats to the Dark Angels. So they're all too happy to get vengeance against them. Lord of Contagion's moving forward. And yeah, that's pretty much it, because I've only got 3 units left. They're going to go into some shooting. Yeah, finally the Blightlords got out of their little hole lay. They've been sitting there since turn 1. Losers. Alright, fellas, so that is the end of the shooting phase with the only shootable unit here. Oh, quick bird's eye. Yeah, there we go. That's a beautiful technique next to the ruins of the Rhino. So brought it down to 1 wound, could not finish the job, not surprisingly. And we're going to get some charges from the Lord of Contagion and the guys into him. We'll see how it goes. Alright, so we're going to maybe see some fireworks finally. The Blightlords are in. We're going to do 6 attacks with the regular Blightlords with the Bubotic axes. So hitting on 3s. We've got 2 6s, and he rerolls 1s because of being a plague weapon. Alright, so 3 6s. So we've got some special rules going on. We're going to just consult. So now we've got some funky stuff, death to the false emperors and all that kind of jazz. Alright, so we've got 4s to wound now, and he's landed 3 additional death to the false emperor attacks.
That's 3.
3, and then that's 6 aura of rust. Check that roll. Is that the wound?
Each time you make it run with 6 or more, increase the OP by 1, so that goes to a 3 minus 3 there.
Yeah, so it's dead, pretty much. That's 6 up, 1 6 up and 2 5 up.
Plus it's got plague weapon, so I can reroll that 1.
No, that's only for the hits.
Oh, no, you.
No, well, you just did it in the first one. Cheater. Yeah, he's dead. He's dead. Alright, so end of Death Guard, turn 3. Cleared off this attack bike finally. Took 3 turns to do so. This combat is still ongoing here for the Lion. And the Deathwing finished off the Blight Hauler here. So going into turn 4, wrap things up. You know, we just occurred. It's not only points for objectives held and first blood and slay the warlord. So going to be in a tie here. Once it gets to that, there'll be 1 apiece. So I need to capture this point here, and the Terminator is going to get that one. So we're going to come back to you. Dark Angels turn 4. See how things are going to finish off. Alright, Dark Angels turn 4, and you would be mistaken if you came into this thinking that the Dark Angels were the initial defenders. Look at that. These Deathwing deployed into the building here. Secure that objective. Secure this objective here. On our 5th turn, we're going to move this over to there, so there'll be 3 objectives held. But look at that. This defense line secured entirely by the Dark Angels. And the Death Guard living in the ruins now. We're going to do a cheeky move here. Sergeant Arian is going to fall out of this combat. He doesn't need to be here no more. He's done his job. He's held up the fights here, and he's going to go. Later, boys. Later, boys. Get some sick donuts. Damn. Throws up his middle finger. Safe. If they want him, they're going to have to go through the Deathwing. We're waiting in that building there. Yeah, baby. Maoriwargamer. They'll open up for fire from these Deathwing as well. Going to be a beauty. Got some shooting phase coming in. Going to finish off, deliver the final hammer. Right, so end of Dark Angels, turn 4. We've fired everything into all the fire from them, bringing the Lord of Contagion down by 2 wounds. Got these guys, we left them alone. They're not going to do much. They're out of range for the rest of the fight, so they are done. And we're going to go into Death Guard turn 4 with 2 objectives secured by me, none by them just yet. We'll see how things go. Death Guard turn 4, moved in just close enough to capture this objective, and still I think they still want to try, so have line of sight to take shots in. These 2 are moving forward as well. Alright, so that's the end of the shooting phase. Nothing done. Deathwing saved all the heavy fire from these guys and these guys. Now, Lord of Contagion's going to charge in.
Go do Overwatch.
Of course, 20 shots. End of turn 4 for the Death Guard. Lord of Contagion flew up here along with one Plague Marines. Took out 2 of the Deathwing. Belial's too far away to come in and stop that, so yeah, annoying. That's it, yeah, we're going into the last turn now, turn 5. Alright, turn 5, Dark Angels, wrapping up this game. Sergeant's rode his bike up the ladder and up onto the 3rd story. He's gonna engage this Plague Marine in combat. Because at the moment, we've got 4 units holding this objective compared to their 2. So we just need to kill off that Plague Marine, and there's no way that he's going to get rid of all of that. Belial and his men are holding this objective here. The land speeders moved right off into this building to secure that. So at the moment, three objectives apiece. Not much shooting, we're just going to end this game. Alright, so end of that combat there. Man, Lord of Contagion is an absolute beast in close quarters combat. Taking out another 2 Deathwing. So we're still securing it, contesting it. We're going to just see how it finishes just for fun. But we're calling it a Deathwing Dark Angels victory. Man, if only Belial got into that, we would have seen some absolute carving up. But yeah, we'll go into Death Guard turn 5 as they finish off the game. Alright, whānau, and that is the end of this mission 2 of the campaign. Surprising ending. We've ended in a tie. Against all odds, the Lord of Contagion chopping up with his axe, and then he's got the Nurgle's rot thing that ended up killing off the last biker that was still on the objective. So end up securing 2 objectives to my 2 objectives, and there was no Slay the Warlord, although if the game did continue another turn against Belial, against the full assault on his, I think he's got like 3 wounds remaining, he would have been absolutely murdered. But yeah, man, MVP of the show today, Lord of Contagion, an absolute beast. Yeah, man, this Deathwing squad sucked. They got ripped to bits against him, so bad. Blightlords were pretty useless, to be honest. They didn't do a lot. Yeah, surprisingly a dud. But that is the game. That is mission 2 of the hunt. The hunt continues. A surprising draw, and it's going to lead into an all-out assault, a 75 power level battle, and the 3rd and final mission on this campaign. Hope you enjoyed it. We're going to try something a little bit new from oh, not this campaign, next campaign. Don't worry about that. But yeah, that is the end of it. A stalemate. And we'll see you in the next episode. Thank you for watching. I am the maoriwargamer. As always, whānau, ka kite, anō.